The most life-changing fat loss tip I've ever learned had nothing to do with diet or exercise. When I got into psychology and neuroscience, I realized it was my subconscious mind and nervous system that were keeping me stuck. And that was actually the beginning of a real change. Because now at age of 34, I'm lean as I've ever been, and it happened when I ditched dieting, heavy workouts, and tons of supplements. And now I will show you how you can upgrade your brain's operating system so fat loss feels achievable, fast, and easy. Honestly, I wouldn't believe it if I didn't experience it, and the same happened for my clients. So the first shift is learn from diet and workout mistake. It sounds so obvious, but let me give you my own example. I remember when I tried to give up sweets and pastries, that was my weakness. My approach was always, okay, that's it, I'm quitting sugar. But then a few days later, especially after a bad day, I end up saying, nah, whatever. And the cycle would start again. Try, give up, feel disappointed, and start over. At that time, I thought I just need to try harder or start fresh. But that was actually the biggest mistake that kept me really stuck for years. Because the truth is, if you keep trying the same approach that hasn't worked before, no amount of attempts will magically give you a different outcome. I love here this quote from Einstein. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So here is the shift that helped me move forward with my unhealthy eating habits. I simply stopped just trying and I started to really understand why I'm defaulting to my unhealthy habits and learning from my failures and mistakes. Each time I slipped, I began asking myself, what isn't not working? Is my diet too restrictive? Is it my routine? Is it my workload? Or is there any emotion that I'm ignoring or using food to cover up? I was literally doing it every single day and then just working on solving one problem at a time. And if you want me to dive into this more, just drop comment below. But anyway, that was not even the biggest shift. What helped me even more was understanding my subconscious mind. Consciously, you want to change. You tell yourself, I want to get leaner, I want to feel better. But your subconscious often sees that change as unsafe and tries to pull you back to whatever feels familiar, even if what's familiar is unhealthy. Think about it. If most of your life you were not eating healthy, struggled maybe with eating disorder, you were not exercising or also over-exercising, that was my huge culprit in my case, or even being stressed and living in that survival state. Your subconscious is wired to keep you in that old pattern, not because it hates you, but because in your brain's world, familiar means safe and change means danger. And here is one of the simplest ways to start shifting your subconscious in your favor. You need to start changing how you think and start reinforcing your new identity that is aligned with your goals as much as possible each day. So, for example, instead of saying, I'm trying to quit sugar, which your brain sees and hears as effort and struggle, start saying, I'm becoming a woman who chooses food that truly nourishes her body and make her feel amazing. I'm not sure about you, but just saying this makes me feel, I actually want to become that woman. Your subconscious mind responds way better to identity than rules and restrictions. And the more you repeat and believe in it, the more you prove your mind that the new way is the better way, and that's where the things start to shift and stick as well. But even if you start rewiring your subconscious and creating that new identity, the version of you that is leaner, happier, and better, there is another hidden trap: ignoring your upper limit. If you ever notice that the moment things are going well, you lost 5 pounds or simply you just feel better, then somehow and out of nowhere you sabotage it. You may think it's just motivation fading away, life getting in a way, or you need that reward for the milestone you achieve, which I will explain in a second. But the truth is, often it's just your upper limit. Think about it as internal thermostat for your wellness and success. Just like thermostat keeps your room at the same temperature, your brain keeps your results at a familiar level. If you start doing better than what feels normal, whether it's fat loss, energy, or balance hormones and feeling happier, your subconscious will bring you down to what it knows. And one of the important steps here to break through that upper limit is simply notice when it's happening, what's your default response, and break that pattern. If you don't notice, you will just default to your old habits or cravings, often without even realizing it, or realize after it already happened. What really helped me here was asking myself, is this craving, for example, just trying to sabotage my progress because the level of success feels unfamiliar? And if answer is yes, I just kept reminding myself that now I'm ready to let go of that old me and welcome the new version of me. It's a bit like a stock market. If people believe it will keep going up, it maintains the upward trend. And the same with your brain. The more you truly believe you can live at this new level, the faster it becomes your new normal. In case you want a proper guidance and step-by-step system in solving those challenges, check out my Superwoman formula, where you also get a daily support and ultimately the results you want much faster. The link is in the description. But that's not everything. To stay consistent with your fat loss health goals, you have to keep rewarding yourself, because your brain is always chasing comfort and the quickest hits of pleasure. And that's why as well, sugar, Netflix, or skipping the gym always feels easier in the moment. And there is nothing wrong with those in moderation. But when they start to keep you from progressing, here's what you really need to do. Instead of fighting against your brain and just trying to resist that cake or forcing yourself into doing something, you need to train your brain to associate pleasure with the habits that actually move you forward. But to make it work, here is what you need to implement. Focus on generating more of what I call it internal reward. For example, swapping a pack of unhealthy seed oil packed crisps with a healthier alternative like olive oil oven baked crisps, for example, or going for a walk when you don't feel like going. That's the internal reward, the moment when you feel, I did it, and you feel good about yourself. And also that's what keeps you going. Now, if you feel you're drawn too much to those external reward sweets, TV, especially those that are not really helping you with your goals, that's a sign that two things may be happening. One, you might not be creating enough of those internal satisfaction and rewards in other areas of your life, like your work or relationships, for example. And two, your body is simply stuck in a survival mode. And that brings me to the last point, because once your nervous system is stuck in survival, your brain will always look for quick comfort and relief instead of lasting change. So next shift is about regulating nervous system and how you feel. Honestly, a shortcut for fat loss and overall health goals. And here is why. Because when your body is stuck in that survival mode, your cortisol stays high, and that's exactly when cravings increase, and your body is literally programmed to hold on the fat in that state, especially around your belly. You can eat clean, work out, but if your nervous system doesn't feel safe, your body simply won't let go of that body fat. And here is something most women overlook quite often. How you feel each day directly impacts the decision you make, and those repeated daily decisions either add up to the results you want, like leaner body, balanced hormones, regulated nervous system, or results you don't want, like fat loss resistance, hormone imbalances, and dysregulated nervous system. The important shift here is to building that self-awareness and schedule 3 check-ins with yourself. Like literally put reminder in your calendar to check how you feel in a day. If you notice you feel overwhelmed, rushing, or more on edge, it's a sign you need to take action to empty your stress cup. And focus on regulating your nervous system, because that's what allows your body switch into that fat burning mode. And if you want to learn exactly how to do that with one of the best techniques, watch this video next.